Hello students, today we are going to study origin and destination studies. Now objective of origin and destination studies. Origin and destination studies of vehicle determines their number, origin and destination in the concentrated zone of study. Now the various application of O&D studies are to judge the adequacy of existing routes and to use in planning new networks of roads, to plan transportation system and mass transit facilities in cities including routes and schedules of operation, to locate expressway or major routes along the desired lines, to establish preferential routes for various categories of vehicle including bypass, to locate terminals and to plan terminal facilities, to locate new bridges as per the traffic demands, to locate intermediate stops of public transport as well as to establish design standards for the roads, bridges, culverts along the route. Now the methods of collection of origin and destination data are, there are a number of methods for collecting the origin and destination data. Some of the methods commonly adopted are, now the first method is the roadside interview method. The vehicles are stopped at pre-decided interview stations and the answer to prescribed questions is collected on the spot. Information collected include the place and time of origin and destination, routes, location of stoppage, the purpose of the trip, type of vehicle and number of passengers in each vehicle. In this method, the data is collected quickly in short duration. The main drawback of the method is that the vehicles are stopped for interview. Now the next method is the license plate method. Entire area under study is marked out and the observers are simultaneously stationed at all points of entry and exit on all the routes, reading into and out of the area. Each party notes the license plate number of the vehicle entering and leaving the marked area and the time. After collecting the field data, major work remains of the office computations and analysis by tracking each vehicle number and its time of entering and leaving the marked area. This method is quite easy and quick as far as field work is concerned. However, involves a lot of office computations on tracing the trips through a new work of stations. Hence, a large number of teams are required to take simultaneous observations when a large area is to be surveyed. This method is quite advantageous when the area under consideration is small, like an intersection of a small business center. Now the next method is return postcard method. Prepaid business reply postcards with return address are distributed to the road user at some selected points along the route or the cards are mailed to the owners of vehicle. The questionnaire to be filled in by the road user is printed on the card along with a request for cooperation and purpose of the study. The distributing stations for the cards may be selected where vehicles have to be stopped as in case of a toll booth. The method is suitable where the traffic is heavy, the personnel need not be skilled or trained just for distributing the cards. Only a part of the road users may return the cards promptly after filling in the desired details properly and correctly. If conclusions are drawn in such cases, it is likely that these may not give a true picture. Now the next method is the tag on car method. In this method, a pre-coded card is stuck on the vehicle as it enters the area under study. When the car leaves the cordon area, the other observations are recorded on the tag. This method is useful where the traffic is heavy and moves continuously, but the method gives only information regarding the points of entry and exit and the time taken to traverse the area. Now next is the home interview method. A random sample of 0.5 to 10% of the population is selected and the residents are visited by the trained personnel who collect the travel data from each member of the household. Detailed information regarding the trips made by the member is obtained on the spot. The data collected may be useful either for planning the road network and other roadway facilities for the vehicular traffic or for planning the mass transportation requirements of the passengers. The problem of stopping vehicles and consequent difficulties are avoided altogether. The present travel needs are clearly known and the analysis is also simple. Additional data including socio-economic and other details may be collected so as to be useful for forecasting traffic and transportation growth. But to have complete coverage of the entire cross section of the population is very tedious. Now the next one is the work spot interview method. The transportation needs of work trips can be planned by collecting the origin and destination data at work spots like the offices, factories, educational institutions, etc. by personal interviews. Representation of origin and destination data. First one is origin and destination table. It shows number of trips between different zone. Next one is the desire line. Desire line are straight line connecting origin and destination. It shows actual desire of road users. Thickness of desire line is directly proportional to number of trips in both direction. Now the next one is pie chart. It is shown by a circle in which diameter of circle is directly proportional to number of trips. Now the next topic is the traffic capacity and flow analysis. The first one is traffic density denoted by K. It is the number of vehicle occupying a unit length of road at a given instant. It means that the number of vehicle occupying a particular length of road at a given instant of time is known as the traffic density. It is expressed in vehicle per kilometer. It means that the number of vehicles which will be present in per kilometer length of road. Now the next one is jam density denoted by Kj. It is the maximum value of traffic density in which movement of vehicle is not possible. This condition is known as the jam condition. When vehicle will not move in a particular traffic, then it is a condition of jam. So the maximum value of traffic density in jam condition is known as jam density. Now the relation between traffic volume and traffic density is given by traffic volume is equals to speed into traffic density. Now the next topic is time headway denoted by TH. It is the time interval between passes of two successive vehicles at a point, and it can be given by 1 hour upon average time headway, which is in terms of vehicle per hour. Now we have to convert this 1 hour into seconds, so it will be equals to 3600 seconds, because in 1 hour there will be 60 minutes and in 1 minute there will be 60 seconds. We had multiplied the numerator by 60 into 60 so that it will become 3600 divided by th, which will be in second. Now the next one is space headway. It is the distance between two successive vehicles traveling in same direction. It means that if two vehicles are traveling in this direction like this, then the distance between the two successive vehicles is known as the space headway denoted by this. Now traffic density is equals to 1 kilometer upon average space headway, which will be in vehicle per kilometer. Now we have to convert this 1 kilometer into meter so that we can divide it by average space headway. So the formula will becomes 1000 upon s, because in 1 kilometer there will be 1000 meter. Now for jam condition, we know that the space headway will becomes length of vehicle. So jam density will be equals to 1000 upon L, which will be in vehicle per kilometer. Now traffic volume will be equals to speed into density. So speed will be denoted by capital V and density will be equals to 1000 upon S. So the traffic volume will becomes 1000 V upon S, that is in vehicle per hour. Now the next topic is traffic capacity or maximum flow. Traffic capacity is the maximum value of traffic volume which a road can accommodate. Now the various types of capacities are, the first one is basic capacity. It is the maximum number of passenger car unit that can pass through a given point of road under most ideal condition, that is when the signal is always green, no pedestrian movement and the traffic is flowing freely. So that capacity is known as basic capacity, and the basic capacity as per the space headway is given as Q theoretical equals to 1000 V upon S, and as per the time headway the basic capacity is equals to 3600 upon Th. Now the second type of capacity is possible capacity. Possible capacity exists between the most ideal condition to worst condition. It means that this possible capacity will lie in between the most ideal condition and the most worst condition. So possible capacity will be greater than or equals to 0 but less than equals to basic capacity. Now the next one is the practical capacity. This is the capacity under ordinary condition. Some factors are favorable and some are unfavorable. So practical capacity will be greater than 0 and less than basic capacity. That is all about the origin and destination study. Thank you very much, students.